Any day that I had a hard day at teaching, I would immediately go from my job to a store. And the way I was like coping with hard days was by spending money. But it kind of took like a total restart and being tired of the cycle I was in order to do something about it. My name is Maddie Baker, I'm 27 years old, and this school year I'm expecting to make $63,000 from teaching first grade in Virginia and doing content creation on social media. I was 22 years old when I first started teaching. This upcoming school year will be my third year in first grade. It has never been about how much I was going to make. It's about the difference I was going to create. When I told her that I wanted to be a teacher, she said, "Don't do it. They do not make enough money." And I think it was just because of the way that she struggled for all of those years. But I'm the type of person that if my mom told me not to do it, naturally I'm gonna do it. I've struggled for a long time of being an impulsive spender. If I saw something that I wanted, I just went to the store right away and bought it. I got myself into really horrible cycles of pretty much using my entire paycheck that month and then also charging things on my credit card. So I would go through coffee drive-thrus every single day. I was buying school lunch every day. I spent a lot of money on my students for Valentine's Day and for winter holidays, and I buy them a gift at the end of the year, and all of that stuff adds up, especially when you don't have a lot of money to begin with. I remember just waking up every single day and the stress of finances was just really getting me down. Close to the beginning of my third year teaching, I started thinking about where my money is going and figuring out exactly what I need to do with it. It's a huge misconception to people that teachers get paid over the summer. So I am a 10-month employee, but I'm paid over 12 months. I'm paid once a month. You have to be more specific about how you're spending your money, and you may end up at the end of the month with no money. My husband and I rent an apartment, and so I pay half of our rent. My husband and I do not share finances, which is a little bit non-traditional, but it works really well for us. I also have a car payment each month, as well as groceries, and then the occasional going out to eat with friends. I live 45 minutes away from my school, so that commute requires a lot of gas. In the month of May, I spent $100 on end of the year gifts and crafts for my students. I think most teachers experience needing to buy a lot of things with your own money. Typically, anything extra that you want is something that you'll pay for. I work in a Title I school in a low-income community. Families doing everything they can to be able to make ends meet and to provide for their children and things that I need in order for my classroom to function, like my organizational supplies. That is never something that I would ever feel comfortable asking a family to purchase. So last summer, I remember spending around $1,000 on getting my classroom more organized and, buying labels and buying a printer so that I can do things in color, buying laminating sheets, things like that. But it definitely is so expensive to make a classroom a place that feels like a second home, which is what I want it to be, because I want it to be a place that my students and I love to be in. So I have found some ways to kind of help myself spend less. I saw some really good lattes being made on TikTok, and I realized I could do that at home too. I've gotten really good over the last year at doing my own nails. It stopped me from going to the nail salon. A lot of planning on the back end, but making smarter choices with just some things that I can do in my daily life. I have known pretty much my whole life that I have wanted to be a teacher, and I've always loved playing school. I've always just loved kids and spending time with them. I love being a first grade teacher, and right now I couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. I felt like I was finally getting a grasp on what this whole teaching thing is all about, and I felt like I could share some of the things that I did in my classroom that I don't feel like everyone does in theirs. Once I kind of discovered that this could be something that I could make money from too, that's driven me even further. So every summer I do always spend a lot of money on my classroom and just preparing to have a welcoming space. And then this year I've spent some money on redoing the teacher's lounge at my school. So the school was able to pay for some things, anything that they weren't able to pay for, I ended up buying, but it was something that I cared a lot about and want a space for my coworkers to really be able to relax and unwind. So I'm hoping that with the more years of teaching, my salary will increase each year. I absolutely could be making more money within a school division closer to me. So I'm making less money and driving further. I have stayed because there are absolutely magical things happening at my school. The joy and happiness from everyone there is why I've stayed. There are so many opportunities within education to help increase your pay. I need a paycheck, but that is not why I do what I do and never will be. It is more so like my passion and what I think I'm supposed to do over anything else.